individual schools, how important do you believe socioeconomic diversity is to the success of the students? And do you think that something should be done to increase socioeconomic diversity within the schools? And if so, what?
So I would love for that to happen. There be a great balance at every single one of our schools. Part of the reason I selected the school I did for my son is it's a very diverse school. I balanced with, rich, poor, Spanish speakers, art speakers. I don't know if they speak Mongolia, so I'm Russian, so Mongolian. So, okay. So what can be done? It's obviously you got to make a magnet school that people believe in. I actually think that schools that are highly subscribed or that are super popular with lotteries, I personally think we should automatically enroll everyone in the lottery for those schools, because some of them are some of the positions at those popular schools only go to people that are in the know. And parents of those students would actually prefer that there be more diversity at their school. And so I think that's something that could happen. They would maybe still end up being skewed totally towards white rich kids at that school. But I don't think that's the best case scenario. People need to learn how to speak to people from all different socioeconomic levels and backgrounds. And that we should explore ways to achieve that.
Nancy.
Okay, sorry, I was losing track. Alrighty, I value greatly socioeconomic diversity. I went to Georgetown University, which is a very successful but not completely diverse school, but then went and lived in Central America and volunteered and learned very clearly what life is like when you are living on a day-to-day basis to bring your income in from the farm and the fields.
Speak up.
So I think understanding all aspects of life in terms of diversity and socially, in terms of different cultures, economically, in terms of different economic levels, is very, very important. I think that is one of the beauties of Arlington, is that we have the choice programs which allow people to do that by choice, and I think we should strengthen that and allow more opportunity for the choice programs. I don't believe in forcing it. I think we should encourage it. My kids went to Long Branch, Jefferson, and Washington Lee, and in that trajectory, as I call it the middle Arlington, it has been incredibly successful, very diverse settings, and hearing back from my son, who's at UVA, who's in a less diverse environment, he's been very, very happy having the background at APS. So I'd like to see more of that. I think it's very important. The issue is how we do it and how we encourage it. And again, that's been Arlington's strength, is to encourage it and draw people towards appreciating that diversity as opposed to forcing it.
I think socioeconomic diversity is very important in our community. Coming off the facility study committee, we learned that we have a very big income gap in Arlington. And it's really important that we acknowledge that as we move forward, that we work with our county to ensure that our affordable housing is accessible to our community where we're locating it. This will affect our schools. It's important that as we look at our socioeconomic diversity, we also recognize and acknowledge that we have to serve our neighborhoods. And we need to preserve the fact that our neighborhoods are a community. So while it's important to encourage socioeconomic diversity, I agree with Nancy, it's not something we should force. We should embrace our community and our neighborhoods and how they are. What we can do is in our choice schools, we can ensure that the lottery system is fair. We can ensure that the lottery system looks at the whole county. We need to revisit our lottery system because it may be outdated. We have an overcapacity issue that is affecting the lottery system, and we have to look at new ways to make sure the lottery systems are fair so that our choice schools are diverse. And it's important that we engage the community. We have some community members with some amazing ideas on how to address our boundaries, ensure that it's fair and that it reaches a good compromise so that all of our neighbors community members, students, and families are happy in Arlington County. Thank you.
I think I agree generally with everything that's been said. I do think it's important to remember we want strong neighborhood schools balanced by choice programs. I would add a couple of things, which is I think we need to be a little more open in having boundary changes, not just to achieve economic, socioeconomic diversity, but also to balance overcrowding, particularly in elementary schools. So we need to have a fair way to change boundaries that's predictable and open, and we should move on that. The other thing I would mention is we have, unfortunately, I think some economic segregation going on in the county, and I think we have at least 3 county board members here. So I think we should put a challenge to them to work harder and achieve more economic diversity throughout the county. That's not something the school board can do. Yeah, so it's like a challenge. That's it. Oh.